Every human being on this planet is unique. Now, I'm not going to argue with that, but the truth is that some people are slightly more unique than others. Some can do the most unbelievable things with their bodies, while others have weird addictions, unusual hobbies, and incredible skills. And then there are people with superpowers. Yep, I'm not kidding. Today, we'll be looking at 10 people who shock the world. Better stay tuned for our number 1 pick, because that might be just the craziest thing you've seen in a while. Jaspreet Singh Kaura. The nickname Rubber Boy won't surprise you once you take a look at everything Jaspreet Singh Kaura from India can do. I bet you've never seen someone so flexible. This 20-year-old from Punjab, northern India, can bend his legs around his back and over his shoulders. He can also wrap his arms around his head. Now that's pretty incredible already. But do you want to know the weirdest thing about this guy? You see, young Jaspreet can rotate his head and torso 180 degrees. See what I mean? Is this guy even human? And if that wasn't weird enough for you already, just wait until you hear that our boy Jaspreet can also slide his body through a tennis racket. Yeah, a tennis racket. Can you imagine? Johnny Quinn.
So many people stare at me every single day, every time I'm in public, and that used to really get to me.
19-year-old Johnny Quinn nearly died in a house fire when he was just 4 years old. The accident has left him with 95% of his body burned, including his arms, torso, legs, face. Now you'd think that all these scars would make a person lose hope, but not this guy. Young Johnny is thriving with his burns, which is why he doesn't call himself a burn survivor, but a burn thriver. He also dreams of becoming a model. However, Johnny wasn't always this confident. Growing up, he often felt like a monster, and he thought he didn't deserve to have friends. At one point, Johnny was hurting so much that he just stopped eating and eventually developed anorexia. But this brave young fella managed to leave all his pain behind. He now works with the Courageous Faces Foundation to raise awareness of physical differences. Teresa Widener.
My name's Teresa. I'm 44 years old. I live in Bedford, Virginia. Pretty day today. And I'm addicted to eating rocks.
44-year-old Teresa Widener from Bedford, Virginia is addicted to eating rocks. Yes, rocks. She was initially attracted by the earthy smell of the rocks, but now she can't go more than a few hours without eating them. Wow, I wonder how she even has teeth. Teresa uses a hammer to break them up into bite-sized pieces. She even has a favorite type of rock, which is a mixture of several minerals, including granite. Why am I not surprised? She eats up to 2 pounds of rock a day, which is about 730 pounds a year. Wow, her teeth must be rock solid. Do you have any strange addiction? Let me know in the comments below. Monk from Thailand. You've probably heard that meditation can help you achieve spiritual enlightenment, but I'm pretty sure you haven't seen anything like this before. I know the Buddhist monks are kind of famous for their incredible abilities, but man, is this weird. This video shows us a Buddhist monk from Thailand meditating in a container full of hot oil, while his followers are handing him items in order to receive at least a tiny bit of his magical powers. Wow! It seems that meditation can even change the law of physics. Or at least that's what this video will have you believe. As soon as the video was uploaded, it got a mixed reaction. Some people sincerely admired the supernatural abilities of the monk, while others had their doubts. Take a closer look and tell me what you think in the comments below. Brian Shaw.
This is what we came all the way to Scotland for, boys. These stones right here, the Denny stones.
Brian Shaw, also known as Gigantor, is a 37-year-old strongman from the USA. Over the course of his very successful career, Gigantor has won the title World's Strongest Man numerous times. On top of that, he recently broke the Denny Stones record. In case you didn't know, Denny Stones were named after a famous Scottish strongman named Donald Denny, who supposedly carried them barehanded across the Portic Bridge in the 1860s. Denny Stones were rediscovered in 1953, and since then, they were lifted by a little more than 100 people, including several women. However, our boy Brian not only lifted the stones, he also broke a record for the distance traveled while carrying them. These stones weigh a whopping 700 pounds. So no wonder Brian is a role model for any fitness enthusiast and aspiring strongman. Raj Mohan Nair.
Greg is now going to test Mohan's ability to conduct electricity through his body.
Have you ever dreamed of having a superpower? Yeah, we all have. But Rajan Mohan Nair from India is living that dream. When Raj was just 7 years old, he discovered that his body has a rather incredible ability. You see, Raj can endure several amps of electricity passing through his body without suffering any harm. How amazing is that? Usually a couple of tens of milliamps can be fatal for most people, but not Raj. He simply takes 2 live wires and calmly conducts current through his arms, legs, chest, and even his mouth. Wow, no wonder he's known as Electro Man. Scientists say Raj's body is over 10 times more resistant to electricity than that of an average human. Do you know anyone who has a superpower that defies science? Let me know in the comments. Joanne Astrid. Let's be honest, little girls and massive drum sets don't exactly go hand in hand. Well, little Joanne Astrid is here to prove us all wrong. Just look at her and tell me she doesn't play better than some long-haired, bearded metalheads. When Joanne was 10 years old, she won Denmark's Got Talent 2017. It definitely looks like she was born with drumsticks in her hands. Joanne began to play drums from a very young age. At first, she played only on a regular toy drum set. But it wasn't long until her parents realized that it was more than a hobby. So they gave her a real drum kit when she was 7. And in just a couple of years, her skills have reached a level that not all professional drummers can achieve during many years of playing. Today, the little rock star travels with her new band around the world and plays drums at the largest rock festivals. Seriously, how cool is that? Ruan Lanming. There are many people on this planet who are afraid of bees. And then there is Ruan Lanming from China, who can withstand over 100,000 bees all at once without getting stung. Yep, 100,000. I'm not kidding. No wonder he's known as the Bee Man. It's said that all those bees on him weighed more than 136 pounds, which was enough for breaking the Guinness World Record for the heaviest mantle of bees. So how does Ruan do it? Well, he says that his trick is basically staying still to not agitate the bees. Besides, he also loves bees, and they love him. Wow, that's a weird thing to say. But no matter how weird it sounds, this statement must be true, as he never gets stung by them. Spencer Seabrook.
Finally out to break a world record, he had us break into a sweat. No harness, no net.
And now the footage that will certainly make you dizzy. You are now looking at 26-year-old Spencer Seabrook of Ontario, Canada, walking down the path straight to a cliff. Now this is where people would usually stop, but not Spencer. He's just getting started. Watch as he begins his death-defying walk nearly 1,000 feet up near Vancouver. I feel dizzy just watching it, but this guy makes it look easy. Wow, talk about walking on the line. You can also see him falling a couple of times, but he quickly pulls himself back up. It's just another day at the office for this brave young man. What's even more impressive is that he's walking on a tightrope almost 1,000 feet high with no support or any safety method. What an absolute boss. Just look at this incredible display of skill, strength, balance, and mental control. Simply amazing. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Walking the 210-foot rope, holding his breath, earned Seabrook a Guinness World Record for the longest free solo slackline ever. Well done, Spencer. Well done. Crocodile Man. This incredible footage was taken at the Pattaya Crocodile Farm in Thailand in 2011. You can see a man kneeling dangerously close to the crocodile. The crocodile's mouth is already open. But that doesn't stop this man from putting on a show. At first, he's just yelling like a crazy person. Then he tries to close the crocodile's mouth and almost gets bitten. The man was this close. However, even that wasn't enough to stop this guy from messing around with the poor animal. At one point, he even puts his head inside the crocodile. You just can't make this stuff up. And if that wasn't enough already, this crazy dude even stuck his arm in the crocodile's stomach. I mean, look at it, and tell me this wasn't the weirdest thing you've ever seen. Which one of these people have shocked you the most? Tell me in the comments below.